The real estate industry in Orange County is the most cutthroat in the world.
If you guys bring me offers below 30 million, I'll have to go a different direction.
There's millions of dollars in commissions on the line.
We've got to make our goal this year of $300 million.
$750,000 in commission. Only one team can rule the OC.
Oh, darn. Hardcore people.
One team.
We're on
You
your
want
team
that
for
commission.
sure.
That's right.
Alrighty, folks, we want to welcome the gorgeous Kacey Taormina from Real Estate Wars to the Zoo. How are you, darling?
Hola.
Very good. Thank you for having me.
Are you ready to get wild with us, baby?
I am ready. I am so excited.
Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I actually can talk about real estate for a long time. I don't own a home, not yet in the market for one.
Everybody talks about real estate.
Especially after the real estate crash 10 years ago, and
Yes.
it's come back in a big way.
Yes.
But and now you have all these real estate shows. I mean,
Yes.
before it was doctor shows and cop shows and lawyer shows, but real estate agents.
Yes.
Real estate brokers.
Yes.
Those are the stories.
Nobody used to care about us, but all of a sudden we're really interesting.
I'm kind of interested. Like, I've thought many times of like getting my license and probably like
Yeah, me
do it as
too.
a side business thing.
That's a really big misconception. A
I
lot of people
know.
say, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to get my license," and they think that that you get your license and the next day you start making $50,000.
And it's not how it works.
It's not like that. You have to take the time to build the relationships and really imagine that you are helping someone as their trusted advisor with the biggest financial transaction of their life.
Right.
Do you think that you should hire a brand new person who on the side is a secretary or works at a bank?
I'm gonna
Probably
hire
not.
you for sure.
Okay.
Because I'm definitely not becoming one. But I thought about it in the past. Like,
Yeah, me too.
It would
probably
be good
5
for you to
years
buy a
ago.
home. How about you get involved that way?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally. That's what I want to do.
So, what's going on in this reality show, and why is the rivalries and the competitions between real estate agents? Why is it good fodder for a reality show?
So, inherently in any sales-related business, there's going to be competition. Orange County, Southern California is one of the hottest markets in the country. And so there are way more realtors than there are clients. So there's going to be a lot of competition.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, the average home sales price in a town that I live in, Newport Beach, $2 million. I mean, that's not
gosh.
That's a starting point. So, you'll see homes on this show that range up to, above $20 million. That's not.
I want to marry that person.
So if you can imagine, we earn
you
between
want
2 to 3% on a sale. That's a lot of money.
Of course.
I mean,
Now, what are some of the cutthroat things that you'll do to some of your rivals to, beat the competition?
so I'm a little different. I'm not as cutthroat. The way that I compete is through my relationships and through the service I provide. And it sounds like a commercial, but
That's smart.
But
Nice.
really, anyone can fill out paperwork. Anyone can write an offer.
Okay.
And what really differentiates you from your competitor is the service you provide. So the things that you do to go the extra mile. I'll give you an example. I had a client who is paralyzed from a stroke. He's had 2 strokes. And so we searched high and low to find him a home. And he has a lot of specific needs that required him to find a very unique home. He wanted to see the ocean from his bedroom. Everything had to be downstairs. So it took us 6 months. We found him a home. I bought handicap ramps so that we could bring him into each and every property, no matter if there were stairs.
Right.
You arrange elevators. I had a translators for things that were an agent who was a Chinese agent and couldn't explain her property very well. I mean, you do little things that make a big difference in order to overcome every obstacle.
But you're able to
That's
do that
great.
thanks to the price value of the properties
But
that you're showing off, right?
Actually,
Because I'm like, can a little rinky-dinky real estate person afford to do all that extra stuff?
Yes, and there is no such thing as a rinky-dinky person because I sold a $12 million house this year and I sold a $400,000 house this year that had mold in the pool and like 20 birds living in
I
the
saw
property.
that, girl.
It was probably the grossest house, but it meant so much for me to help. The woman who owned it was very elderly and she had not seen the home for 20 years.
Okay.
She had a tenant in there. So what you can give of people, and this is what, my love language, if you've ever heard of the 5 love languages,
Oh my
is
God, my
acts
favorite.
of service.
My favorite thing.
And so what I give people is my time and my focus. And that doesn't cost anything.
Right.
That you take your heart and you just let it shine on people and you say, okay, that person needs this or that, whether it's listening to, their personal story and the reason they're selling or understand that they're going through a divorce, making time to take a phone call on a Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Those things, those don't cost money.
Well, that
And
allows
so-
people to trust
That's
you
what
so much
makes you
more
special.
too. Yeah, it's like it creates this trust suddenly.
And that's
that-
actually what, one other way that I'm able to stay competitive is if you build a strong relationship with your client, they're loyal. And that's invaluable.
And
I
they'll come
can't
back.
buy that.
Right.
They'll come back. And they refer you to people, which is how I get all of my business is through referrals.
Now, were you worried about being on a reality show just because, you know how reality shows are edited and
Yes.
presented? Were you a little, tell us about, your mental state going into
Yes.
Is
this.
there anything scripted in there?
So that's what people ask all the time. That's what people ask is they must make you do the weirdest things. And the thing is that sometimes they'll put us into situations that we don't know what's going to happen. So I may show up somewhere and they do what's called putting us on ice, where they'll keep me out of a room and I don't know who I'm going to encounter. But no one ever forces anything out of my mouth. I have total control over what I say and what I do. So they might be able to chop up a scene and make it look like something happened, but nobody made me say a dumb thing. You know, it's
They're just
not.
presenting you with different
They're
situations.
presenting you with
and you
situations
react
and
certain
sort of
way.
leading me into situations, and you have to decide whether you want to react in a way that will get you the most attention, or react in a way that's authentic to who you are in your real life. Because the bottom line is, my goal is not to be a reality star. My goal is to build my business and use this as a platform so that people can see how hard I work.
Right.
Well, that's
To get more
interesting because
clients,
but you're going in there, and some people might get caught on the other thing. Oh, I'm on a reality show now,
Yes.
and this public persona, and they
Yes.
might embrace the
course.
celebrity aspect of it. But
Yes.
at the end of the day, when this show ends, what you're really building is a career as a real estate agent. You don't want to jeopardize that.
Correct. And I'm not saving lives here.
Right.
I'm helping people buy and sell their homes, which is a very important thing, but it's important for me to recognize that real estate and what I do is not about me. It's about what I can do for my clients.
Does
And
it
so-
get like really, I don't know if this is the correct word, but correct me, Dennis, very catty, like when it comes to like the competition between you guys? Does it get like really...
Especially on the show.
It
Oh,
can
yeah.
The
get
show, I mean. Yeah.
You know,
That's the
people
right
can
word.
get heated. You'll see in tomorrow night's episode what can happen when people on the same team realize that they have been showing properties to the same person.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
That happens to my friend who's a real estate agent. That
Yes.
he's like, wait a minute, I was showing you houses, and then you went and you bought it with somebody else.
And that's the thing, people are not loyal anymore.
No.
Right.
Very, very buyers and sellers are deal makers on their own now. And so the value that we provide as realtors has really diminished. And so
Right.
we have to find creative ways to
So bring that client
bring
in.
them back in.
What's the naughtiest thing you've ever done in an empty house, darling? Because we've heard some crazy stuff about, realtors and what they do in those gorgeous homes sometimes.
You know what? I'm actually pretty straight edge. The naughtiest thing I've ever done is my hair and makeup. Before
Hey, that's pretty naughty.
That's funny.
Now, when you're not selling homes, I mean, your husband is a
Yes.
fitness trainer. You've got an awesome body.
Thank you very much.
Is that really important to you even before you started doing all
Health
this?
and wellness have always been a passion of mine. I met my husband at Equinox, actually.
Hey.
Fell in love with him
Free
for the first
membership.
month. Yes.
Here in
He
LA,
looks
because
like
you guys
Aaron
came from
Rodgers.
New York,
Orange County.
Orange County.
In Orange County. He's from New York. But I think that if you look at the way someone works out, that's pretty much how they live their whole life.
Yeah.
So watch someone at the gym next time you're there, or think about how you work out, and the way that you're laughing white.
That's why I fall in love every day. Like,
If you're kind of like, oh, this is too heavy, or like, oh, I'm so tired, and like, I don't have time today. Usually people have trouble committing and finishing things in their life. I'm intense, I'm competitive, and I'm able to get out a lot of energy at the gym.
And,
So,
and you're rubbing some good stuff on us because we're going to be talking
know.
competitive. So on the way out, where can people watch the show and when?
they can watch it Thursday nights on Bravo, 10 p.m.
Awesome.
Thank you.